Hey, Cailen Ascher here, founder of Calm Biz, and this week's teaching is something that I think will help you if you ever get in that place where you're kind of bogged down by mental chaos. I think this is something that a lot of us yogic entrepreneurs encounter. We wear so many different hats for our businesses, but then we also kind of feel like we have so many different heads all talking to us and pulling us in 1,000 different directions. And we kind of enter into this state of just being tired, frustrated, run down, and sort of wondering if this is just the way it is when you're an entrepreneur and working through setting up and building your business. And the thing I want to offer you today is one overarching strategy that I personally employ to alleviate that really taxing mental chaos. And that one strategy is organization. And now I know you might think, okay, that's a great thing to say, but how do you go about doing it? And I do have a few strategies beyond that in place that I think really help me get through the kind of thick of mental chaos into that nice openness of clarity and vision about what you need to accomplish with your business. And I really think it makes a lot of sense that we combat this mental chaos with organization, because if you think about it on just a very physical level, if your closet is disorganized and things are all over the place, what do? You clear out the clutter, you stack your sweaters, you put your shoes in the little cubbies where they belong, you donate the extra clothes that you're not using, and you feel 1,000% better. That physical chaos, visual chaos, translates to a heaviness in your body. And the same thing goes when we have business chaos. It translates to an unclear mind, an unsettled body, and all of that kind of icky stuff that we don't like feeling, but we're not sure how to get out of. So today, like I said, I have 4 strategies to help you get a handle on your business to-dos and really move out of that place of just feeling like you're spiraling out of control with all these conflicting thoughts about what you should be spending your time doing. Now, the first tip I have is to write it down. So often we move through our day and our minds are just chatting away, and if we don't write it down, likely you're laying in bed at night and you're still moving through all those things that were taxing you in your mind. So if it happens to you at night a lot, I know it happens to me, like I lay down in bed and I'm all tired and ready to sleep, but then suddenly my mind starts talking to me. Having a pad and paper near you, or if you keep your phone at your bedside, having a place where you can quickly jot down notes about what you're thinking about and literally just move it out of your mind and put it aside will be so helpful to help you settle at the end of the day so that you can start to tell your body that there's an on and an off time. That, yeah, it's great to be productive during those waking hours, but when it's nighttime, to kind of settle in, quiet things down, move that chatter out of your mind and onto paper and let it sit until the morning is really a healthy space. Now, number 2, create a schedule. You guys have heard me talk about this countless times before about how I live by my schedule, but it's because it alleviates that mental chaos. When I know that Tuesday is my day to write my blog post and compose my newsletter, I'm not thinking about it on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the following Monday when I get back to work. I know I have the time set aside. So take a look at your week, look at the hours and the days that you have time available, and start to plot out and plan when you will be accomplishing certain things, especially if they're weekly tasks and recur on a weekly basis, instead of constantly wondering, when am I going to fit in time for writing my newsletter or planning my classes or something like that, knowing that you have Thursday morning to plan your classes or to plan a handful of classes, or Friday is your day for working on long-term big projects. So you know you're not suddenly hitting Monday wondering how you're going to get all that stuff accomplished in that week. You already have it kind of plotted on your calendar so you know those windows of time that you have available and how you're going to be making use of them. Tip number 3, cross something off your list. If you have this lingering to-do that's kind of been sitting on your to-do list for weeks or maybe even months, really evaluate if it's something that you need to be doing or if it's just something you think you should be doing. Maybe another teacher asked if you'd be interested in co-teaching this yoga workshop and you think you should do it, but in your heart of hearts, it doesn't feel like the right fit for you or your business, or the timing's not right, whatever it is, if it feels heavy and uncomfortable in your body's trying to tell you something, and it's likely not a good fit for your business. You're not going to bring the right energy to it. You're not going to get the outcome you're hoping for if your heart's not in it. So see what it feels like to just literally cross that thing off. Remove it from your to-do list. Remove it out of your mind, out of your mental clutter. Whenever I come to a point when I do this, it feels amazing. And I'm sure you've done that before, where you have something on your list and you just remove it. It's not that you've done it, but it's just removed from your list. And there is a literal weight that is lifted off your body. You feel like you can finally take a deep breath. If there's something for you that's been sitting on the back burner for far too long, just take it off. Let it go. And I guarantee you will feel so much better, and you'll be that much more productive, because you're not going to have that little nagging chatter in the back of your mind saying you should be working on that when you want to be focusing on other things. And lastly, my tip for getting rid of this mental chaos, moving us out of that place, is to stop rushing. Now, I know that sounds really hard, and it is hard when we're in that constant state of go, 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 to slow things down. But the truth is, rushing is a choice. It's not a given. It's not how we have to move through our day. It's not how we have to conduct business. When you are on speakerphone and trying to write an email and then thinking about other things you need to do later that day, you're really not present, and you're so much less productive because you're spreading yourself thin. You're allowing yourself to be pulled in countless different directions. Instead, for just a moment, stop what you're doing. Maybe close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just settle. Feel your body, feel what's going on, feel your feet against the floor. Don't you feel better just even talking through it right now? And then reapproach, refocus, choose the one thing you're going to focus on. Is it that email? Is it that phone call? Is it the thing you're thinking about? And then do that. And when that's done, cross it off your list, take a look at your schedule, and move on to the next thing that you've made time for, that you've chosen to make time for. Honestly, we think we're being so much more productive when we rush and move forward at this hurried pace, but in actuality, that just raises our heart rate, increases our stress, and makes us less productive and have a lot less fun working in our businesses. So I hope that this tip is helpful. It's really worked wonders for me. Getting more organized in my life and my business has allowed me to, right now, as I'm coming back from maternity leave, to work 3 days a week instead of my usual 5, but still get everything that I'm hoping to accomplish, which is really cool. So I know this stuff works, and I hope it works for you. And as always, for more business and marketing tips just for yogic entrepreneurs, head on over to calenbiz.com, and I will see you there.